particularly with the issues that have cropped up. Definitely find out maybe who is doing this muting, what mod is abusing their powers. And rather in the night shift, I say enforcing the respect of the moderators at the time. Freestyle. So if there is a question, it needs to be enforced that the same day format is still going on during the night format. And that's all I have to say, because everything else has been said so far. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, the Confidence Gym. Now we want to welcome our dear friend and brother Damlesa, who is now Professor Damlesa. Many times, many of you that have been part of this show will always hear me crack jokes and talk about Damlesa. And I will talk about how Damlesa stopped coming here, how they moved with Sidela, and then Mazi followed Sidela for Nyash. And that man that I always make fun of is here with us. He's now returned and he's with us upstairs. Now, Professor Damlesa, let us hear from you on our show review. Damlesa, you are muted in case if you think you're speaking. So far, you're speaking to either yourself or you're speaking in the spirit.
Hello, good day, everyone. It's been a long time. Good to be back to say hello to everyone on the panel. Obviously, we are doing a show review and I've not been present. So I guess all I would just say right now is hello everyone. Greetings to all my OGs from day one. Sames, Darkman, all of you. I've missed every one of you. And good to be back. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Damlesa. Someone is requesting that the host will sing. It's a very simple thing. I'll put the price for him. The host will sing. Special song. Immediately I receive that will be the first alert for the month of May, and that will be wonderful. Welcome, our dear brother Damlesa, and I'm happy that you can see we are still here pushing and the improvements we have made over time. Because let me tell you guys something: if somebody is just like the steward story, when the man gave talents to his servants. And by the time he came back, is they making no sing? King Hezekiah, things are hard for you. 25K, no fee pay. You want me to sing? I should start singing. I'll be masquerade. So you realize that one person went and buried his talent, and he was even speaking bad things against his master, but the other two went into serious hustle and they brought evidences. So the point is this, that in whatever you are doing, be fruitful, improve, so that if people stop coming, thank you very much, Jazza. If people stop coming and they later return, they will see improvements, they will see progress, they will be happy because you have made progress, that you're not static, so that is a good thing. Sometimes people change their name. Jazza, please, who are you? I think you're not new here. Let me check something.
No, it's Kendall. I'm the same person. Don't worry.
Because I see your level 13 member and things like that. So I knew that you were trying to get my attention. How is your wife?
We're good.
Okay. You are the one that said you buy me a Samsung in December, right?
I said by Christmas this year. Yes, many months to go.
Christmas is December because now we're in May. It's moving fast. It's moving. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. That's every money. Oh. It's not that time now you tell me that your wife is pregnant and she's about to deliver. Yeah, and story will change. Uh-huh. So make sure you spread it so it's not. You get the point? Spread it. All right. Now I'm going to invite Intelligent Boy to tell us. It's not STEM Advocate. STEM Advocate promised me a universe. That was the last time Titanic saw daylight. Because of that.
Yeah, I was just trying to refer to that. Like he will STEM advocate you.
Okay, my brother, you have seen it here. You have seen it here. You know, and then they will stop coming.
Yeah.
And STEM, very brilliant guy. You know, maybe I don't know. Please, if anybody see him anywhere, tell him that if his sins are forgiven, he should return back.
So based on the show review, I don't have much to say, to be honest. I think everyone has said every single thing. And one thing that, like I said, I want to, like Sim said, I want to be implemented is at least showing some sort of proof of what you're saying, especially when you're, addressing something that was written or something that is available, right? At least try and show your proof rather than just saying it, so that we can hold people accountable, to what they're saying. But, other than that, every single thing has been, going well, right? I mean, there can be small hiccups here and there, but overall, the show has, progressed, and we're getting like new members, and the show is growing. The views are increasing, every single day. So it's a good one. Keep up the good work, host. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Intelligent Boy. He didn't talk much, straight to the point. Very appreciated, my brother. Very, very supportive guy. Okay, let's now hear from Darkman. You have not said anything. Let me come to you, Darkman, and I'll come to Striving, and then I'll go to Kendo.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, host. I think they have said a lot of things. I will just lay emphasis on what Sim said and IB also supported. Is that evidence? And bring your source and bring your claim. These days, when we assert it and insist, people are laughing. People are laughing and they are saying no, 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 and then they just say it and they want to run away. When you then insist, before we know this show, when somebody brings something, I can decide not to move away from that thing unless you give me what I want. Even if I have other questions for you that I want to ask you, if you are not giving me enough and you don't want to take it back and you don't want to admit and you don't want to say, okay, fine, it means maybe we have to move on with this one by I've agreed, my source is this and that. These days, people will just say it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Even if the person engaging is insisting that you should provide evidence to substantiate this claim that you are making, they will still refuse. And it didn't used to be like that. And I remember host used to step in before as well. He used to step in and say, yes, provide them what they are asking for. So if we continue along that line, it might just reduce the I don't know if it's the intellect of the conversation. I'm not too good with English like that to reduce this thing of the conversation. And some people we know that we come here to laugh. Some people come here to have fun, which is fine. Some people come here to do whatever they want to, which is fine. But we still know that the majority of the people, they still come here to learn, regardless of whether the person giving them the knowledge is from who they fancy, their religion or not. But I know that the ones who is truly seeking knowledge in a way, even if they don't agree with you, after a while, I go back to check most of the things people give here. It's still good for our own learning. It's not to use it to come and fight you later. You see, it's not to come and use it to, but at least I will know that one. I always say it, that at least, so that I won't go and make the argument somewhere else and then make a fool of myself. You see, that is why it's important to always be sure of that thing. Otherwise, you will insist on something that is not correct. And then if you don't prove yourself, and then we don't check it, you will still go somewhere and go and mess yourself up. And you feel some way after you've come on Faith on Filter for so long, and you still go somewhere, and then you still go and be misbehaving there and making the same low tier arguments that you've made here. So that one is very important. The transition in my host. That one again. You know this thing you say the other day you kicked us out. You kicked us out. You kicked us out around midnight or so. I was tired, to be fair, and I wasn't saying much. I was tired, so I left. If I wasn't tired, I would have protested. I would have protested that fine, the people who take over, the people who take over for the midnight own, they can take the moderating. It's fine. I don't. That one is their own time to run the show, isn't it? They can take the moderating power. That's fine. But for me, I'm not speaking for now. I'm ranting on. This is my own personal rant. I don't care about the rest of the guys. I don't care about other people. It's now my own. Host, you know, I tell you, I always tell you, I'm paying for a service. I'm a subscriber. I'm here to enjoy myself. And if I pay my subscription steady, and then they are trampling on my rights, if I decide to be here 24 hours, as long as I'm actively participating on the show, host, by rights, customers' rights, I can be here from morning till, even if I won't be a moderator, that's fine. Maybe in the midnight, you say, yes, the North American guys, I won't moderate because I could go anytime, but they are here. That's fine. They can take the moderator. But then kicking me out or asking me not to be part of the conversation, even when I'm actively part of the conversation, that one I protest. I protest for that one because you are not trampling on top of my service. And I don't like to, because you know that I won't move service. I won't change service provider. But then protect us, especially if we want to be here for that long. Don't let these guys be kicking us away. Another person again, another of the mods that is quite chaotic in his transitioning is a Bonzo. It's Bonzo. Very, very chaotic. I've been here 3 nights. The first night was Truth in Love. When he wanted to take over the show, I was here with him. He gave us time, and then he put a timer. He said we should finish our conversation. And then when we finish our conversation, he took over. That is a very, very, it's a very organized way to do something. Lisa has done the same as well. The day she wanted to take over, I was still here. She just put a timer on us and said, let's round up our conversation we're having. And then they will take over the show. But Bonzo will just roll in. He will have poor audio. His audio is not working properly. He will be in this car. He hasn't balanced himself to even start to speak. This guy will just insert himself into the conversation and then start to bully everybody on the conversation. Before you know, he's screaming at everybody and then he's kicking everybody out. That is not how to do it. We're already having a conversation. There was no moderator from your side. So are we just going to end our conversation and not continue? Bear in mind, host, is a service we are paying for. Bear in mind, it's a service we are paying for. And then he will just come there in the night. Instead of him to transition like a normal people, he will transition like a military government. He doesn't do his transition like a democratic system. He does it like a military government. He comes there, he kicks everybody out. So tell him, that one, he has to learn. Maybe you have to do a class for him, or you should go and ask Truth in Love and what's his name, and Lisa. Maybe you should go and ask them. They will teach him how to do the transition in a democratic way instead of coming here and be giving us military regime. So that is one of my major problems. In fact, that is my rant. That is my main rant. Is the transitioning and the way Bonzo kicks people out in the midnight. That one, he has to go and learn how to do it properly. Again, another thing I've noticed, host, is during the show, during the engagement, and people who are not moderators, even though maybe some of them have been moderators before, or they've been with us for a very long time, they keep on muting. If they see that a moderator unmutes, we know that you still allow moderators to like unmute like once in a while. It's not, and when you unmute, it's to sort out something very quickly and then you move on, isn't it? It's not that you insert yourself into the conversation. You allow the mods do that. We do that once in a while. People who are not mod, They will just unmute themselves and then they start to enter the conversation. Before you know, they are going everywhere. Since when have non-mods or people who are not mod, since when do they have the right to don't come and be using mod right here? Don't come and take I'm not your mate. If you are not a moderator, I am not your mate. Don't come and be unmuting when you are not supposed to unmute. Warn them for that one, my host. They are doing it now. It's now becoming a habit. I don't know if that is the correct English for it, but that is what they are doing now. So tell them, tell the non-mods. It's not that if you hear a moderator unmute, it doesn't mean that you have to now unmute yourself and now be putting yourself in the conversation. That one too, they do it a lot. So every other thing is fine for me. We've progressed a lot. We've done a lot. I mean, we've gone so far, and the topic as well. I think Sims touched on that one a lot more. The topic I'm saying is now like people are using topic now to settle scores. It's like they're now using topic, the beef that has nothing to do with us. These people are now bringing the topic to use it to settle discourse between themselves. They are now shortchanging the rest of us, kicking us out of the conversation. Host, because of this matter, I have had to become a Muslim so that I can be part of the conversation. I have had to become a Christian so that I can be part of the conversation. Now I'm confused. I don't know where I am. I'm all over the place. I'm like a religious refugee. I'm just moving about. A religious, nomadic religionist, if that is the correct English. That is what I am now. That is because the topics, they are using it to settle fight. What about us? Are we not also going? They say we should bring topic. Me, I don't have any topic. If I bring topic, it will cause problem here. It will cause problem. That's why I don't usually bring any topic, because I don't want to be talking too much on things that I brought, and then I will then start to be the one to defending it. Hey, that one, I don't have that time. I don't have that strength. So tell the people that are bringing the topic, they shouldn't only be using it to settle quarrel between themselves or to fight between themselves. I cannot be playing all the role all the time just to be part of the conversation. Not everybody, not everyone who comes here can be that fluid. And I only learned how to do that because I've heard from you guys. I've heard from the Muslims, the Christians. That's why I'm able to make sure I'm part of the conversation, to enjoy myself. Other people who might not be able to do that, they get lost in the conversation. So I think that's all I have to say, my host. Otherwise, I would just be saying ranting and ranting how the thing they pay me for my body. Thank you very much, my host.
Thank you very much for that. And one thing I appreciate is your sense of humor while making your strong points come across to me. The evidence one. During reinforcement, you making reinforcement is told that you have every right to use every reference material of your choice. We list those reference materials. Use any encyclopedia. You can use Wikipedia. You can use AI Overview, ChatGPT, FBI classified and declassified documents. You can use Epstein files. You can use any scripture of your choice. You can use anything to make your argument. We accept it here because you're a scholar. There are things you know we don't know, so you know where it's coming from. At the same time, we also made room for you to share personal experiences. And we even told you that those experiences can even be that of your friends or your neighbors or your family members. Kevin Sykes, you're welcome. So we give you enough room for you to be able to bring in all these evidences. Then we also warn you that for every idle word that proceeds from your mouth on this show, you give an account of it. An account of it means that when people start engaging you, they will seek verification. We trust, but we verify. That is it. So it is necessary, it is important that you submit evidences. Show us where that information is coming from. Whether I am the one that is here, or there's an active moderator, please, it is a standing order that evidences must be submitted. You must submit evidences. If not, Superfan is your girl Lisa, welcome. If not, you're just talking, and we don't want that here. So we must enforce it. Once the one engaging you demands for evidence, you must present your evidence. If not, you may accuse people, you may say so many things that are not true, that are not verifiable. We want to know where that information is coming from. That is all. It will even help the person. Maybe if you are speaking against my religion, for example, and you have brought an evidence for it, I may tell you, this is coming from my enemy. Because I don't expect my enemy to come and testify, Superfan BKS, our ambassador, is in the building. I don't expect my enemy to speak to my favor. That's how it is in life. Okay, that is it. Now, then, with regards to the transition, every transition is a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm looking at it from health angles, first of all, that for those of us that have spent their time here during the day, I don't know how you are going to manage to stay awake again in the night to continue. Because sometimes if you don't put a stop, it's just like when we were children, you know, back in the days when it was just one channel or two. So you used to have IBC Owerri and then NTA Aba. You didn't have much options except you're going to watch video movies from a video cassette, you know, and there were limits. The world has changed. And so back in the days, you may, you know, that late night movie, as a young man, you want to watch it. First of all, it's not every time that there is light. Now there is light, you know, everything is regimented. You are finished watching news as a family, and then they might do one or two things. Oh, the world has changed. You know, everybody is watching the same thing. Not today that you go to somebody's house, there are TVs everywhere. Children have options to watch cartoon the whole day, you know, and they even have tablets and phones to play with. But those days, you know, everybody, that one, everybody was stuck in one. And then you're watching a late night movie. And even those times, most of the apartments were not ensuite. You know, where we're living in the estate we're living that time, we're living in a 3-bedroom flat as of that time, you know, and we had just one bathroom and one toilet. So everybody uses that, you know, not today. That is not so. So your mom may wake up in the night to come and pay and then discover that you are watching movie by that time. You know, they will turn off the television and say, go to bed, because they know that it will affect you in the morning as a school child. So, but that man say, don't worry about my health, I understand. Now, the other reason is that one of my friends told me that a general does not worry about a conquered territory. A general, if you have conquered an area, you move on and find a new area. We are doing well in Europe. And okay, intelligent boy, no problem, my brother. See you later. We are doing well in Europe and in Africa, no doubt. And we want to expand our frontier. And we are looking at America. Good, we have moderators from that area. And Truth in Love, I appreciate him so much. You know, he loves this life. You know, he loves the host. He loves the family here. He's committed. He's a host as well. And I said, Truth in Love has been here for a long time, because when I checked the day he sent in his first hat to me, that was when I knew that he has been here for a very long time before he decided to show himself, you know, and then, you know, he was always on this life for a very long time before he now started coming up, and that's progressive. Uzi Papi, what about you? You have been my moderator before. You're my friend. Oh, you too. You have been here for a long time now. Uzi Papi, and you're one of those that TikTok recognize. There are only three of you that TikTok recognize: Chief, Dark Mind, and you. You are the one in charge of comment section. Just that these days it looks like the girls are distracting you a lot. Okay, now back to what I was saying. We are trying to get new people at the same time, but I think it's not going to be violent. At least we have Nat C that is joining us from the US. You know, every day now she's here, which is good. Gradually, we will get the right people from that area. They will know themselves and they will take over. So I think I've had discussions with Truth in Love, and it's okay, you know, that we allow those from Europe and what's it called, and Africa, you know, let them be there until we keep doing the replacement one by one, then everything will be in order. So I think nobody will be bullied again, and I'll also talk to Bonzo on it, so he'll take it easy. Vince NYC, our friend from New York, is in the house. Welcome, my brother. Thank you for the hand heart. Now let's now hear from Striving. So Darkman, everything you said, duly noted, and thank you for that. Striving, let's hear from you on the show review.
Yep. Hello, everyone. Hello, host. Thank you. And happy new month, I guess. I think for me, I just wanted to give my perspective for the few weeks I have been here, or rather, maybe even some days. I think it's good for you to recount what is working, um, what is unique about the show, what is working about the show, and then areas that needs to be improved. I think for me, what is unique about the show is the fact that you are having a platform where people that genuinely want to have proper discussions can be. It's also a space where a show for Africans, led by Africans, regardless of um, who is on the panel or who is discussing. The fact that it is an African-owned show gives us a sense of pride in it, and as well, it means that we can deal with topics that are also unique to Africans as well as from history to current events. I think what is working on the show for me is the fact that um, there is room to properly dissect the topics. There's a room to properly share opinions, properly have those opinions challenged, and then properly have the opportunity to back their opinions with facts and data and all that. As well, I think you have maybe three point of views that maybe you should consider. You have the people that consistently engage, that come up to share their ideas and are willing to be challenged. You have your moderators, but don't also forget the almost 40 to 50 people, up to 70 that tune in and join and sit and listen to the discussions. I think it's very key to also get their perspective and their own experience to see from their point of view. I mean, there are people that tune in not because they want to see anything, but just because they want to be part of the program and they want to just listen to either their position being challenged or something they never considered to hear point of views on it. So I think for me, these are the things that are working. I think the opportunity areas for me will be so again, I'm not clear on what your vision is or what the overall long-term plan for it is. So I don't want to give too many input on that. But I think one of the things that you are really missing is you have a, a gold mine of content that you're not really using properly. I mean, this is all the recordings. I know you try, it's only you. And I think this is where you really have to consider what will be the best way to get this content out. And you have to look at the different platforms. I think you are missing out on YouTube. TikTok content, I don't think you are putting the best kind of content in the right format for people on TikTok to really want to engage. Typically, content for TikTok is going to be 2-3 minutes zingers that people will get people to want to listen to what actually happened. Controversial things, things that will get people on different sides to want to defend and things like that. This is where TikTok is, and regardless of whether you buy into that, if you want to grow it, this is how you have to do it. But then you live the conversations. So people that discover the channel have to discover it via what is being talked, and not all the time you will you join in and find a topic that really interests you. And there are people that just want to tune in, like live streams. They want to listen to podcasts on their, especially on their way to work and things like that. And this is where we need to, where your content is being lost. I think if you had maybe like a YouTube channel where you actually take full conversations, topics, and put it there, have a simple format for your video so that whenever somebody sees it, they know this is straight unfiltered. I think it will go a long way in driving more traffic for you. I think your special engagements should have maybe like a special folder where people can go and listen back to them. Today, if you want to listen to it, even if someone that has been on the show wants to go and pick a clip and put on their page, you have like 16 hours of clips, and not always very fun to do, especially if you're doing it on your phone, because it doesn't always allow you to do it on the laptop. So you have to either decide if you want to download the whole thing, put it on your laptop, and then have do it, and then have your own clip to remove that. Which again, most people will not do that. But these are the kind of things that will really go a long way in driving more traffic here. Because when people have an idea of what is being discussed, then they are more likely to come in and listen to live discussions. So I think having a way to put the content out, and then making sure that the long conversations are being put in a engaging format. So if it means using an AI to put two people on the side and then having them flash, just like you typically see um, TikTok videos, rather than putting the screen grab and the full panel. It's not really so. It doesn't really help the people watching it later. You're just listening to an audio, but if you want to watch a video, being able to see who is talking by the flashing sign on the maybe the display picture really goes a long way to improve the experience. And I think also in terms of the incentive for people to join, I think other than hat means, I think people, if they have content of what they've said and they share it on their pages, it will also help in getting more people to come. Because again, the experience differs depending on the time that you come on. So making sure that people have an idea of what they can expect via content will go a long way. And making sure that the long short form content is available for the people on TikTok, as well as long form content for people to go back and listen and get to the topics. Because again, the more people see topics of their camp being discussed or the way it is being handled, the more they will want to come in to either defend it or to further trash whatever they feel is not being trashed enough. And then on the topic issue, I think I agree with what Sim said that we do have a lack of diversity in terms of topics for different kinds of faiths. And particularly the atheists, for me, it feels like it is a waste if a topic is regarding Abrahamic faith, and then they have to, play devil's advocate for a particular position in order to join. I think there are a lot of topics that more people will be passionate to talk about. And I think splitting the week into specific days or group of days will really go a long way to help people even manage their time. For example, if I know maybe let's say Monday is Islam Monday or Attack Islam on Mondays, then I know I have to take up the time to be here on Mondays. If Saturday is maybe movie nights, we're having topic about certain movies or whatever. Like for example, we have the Clean Tanzanite movie coming tomorrow. This can also help people to sort of plan. Having those topics, segmented so that people can look forward to things will go a long way. Not to say that the way we are doing it today, where you come and get surprised by the topic, is also helps and it also works. But I think giving people the, um, to see what is coming, more visibility to the future will help. And in terms of topic clarity, I think one more thing you can add is maybe if, for example, if someone brings up a topic, they can record a short video, maybe 1 minute, explaining what the topic is, what is the core tension, so that we can put it and it can also drive views and drive more understanding of what is being discussed. So that sometimes you come into a topic, you don't even know what is being discussed and you just have to go on the fly. And then the final thing is, I think in terms of the format, I think what is missing for me in the engagement is a little bit of pushback. So the format is today, if you give a submission, somebody comes in and then they have 15 minutes to grill you. But then, depending on who you're talking with, sometimes the person will allow you to push back on, clarify about things and expand, and others will just not, no, it's my turn, I have to grill you. So I think giving maybe like 5 minutes to push back on that will really go a long way to ensure that we're having more viewpoints being shared. It doesn't have to be 5 minutes for everybody. It can be 5 minutes for, if you're having the engagement, your reinforcement, you can choose to use it for 2-3 people. So you choose the 2-3 people you want to engage based on the people that want to engage you, so you can push back at the end. And then also, I think the time we have for opening statements is really long. Most cases, the opening statement merges with the reinforcement. So having the 3 minutes really is just taking time that is not needed. And people that give opening statement don't usually always get to stay back and give their reinforcement, because sometimes engagement, special engagement, before you know it, the person has given open statement and has left without reinforcing. So I think if maybe you can use that 3 minutes and just give your position rather than the opening statement where you do sort of like a mini reinforcement, then come back and do reinforcement. For me, I think if you have it 3 minutes, more people will give opening statements, and then we have time to get to reinforcement and get to engagement, so that we can have better dissection of the topic. I think overall, in terms of the schedule for the day, when I join in, I join in because I want to see where there's engagement going on, where there is topic being addressed, and I want to listen to those parts of the day. So I think if we're able to have the days properly segmented, it will help also with planning. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Striving Muslim, for your show review. You have demonstrated that really you are passionate about what we are doing here, and you want us to succeed. So I really appreciate everything you have said. Some of the things that you touched on, those nobody is dropping you, truth in love.
Host, I need you to understand that it just said disconnected by the moderator.
If you stay off the app, I'll unmute your mic, truth in love, because I'm recording this. I have 37 minutes of recording. Oh no, I'm not recording it on this phone. If you